Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. We're getting started early today. I'm going to get right to it because it's Friday, July 26th. Everybody that's in here right now, good morning to all you guys. I know we're building our live stream, getting things going. I get a lot of direct messages on Instagram, a lot of direct messages all over social media, like, how can I watch your show? I'm like, it's on the morning time. They're like, oh, we thought it was at night for the games. I'm like, yeah, that was new. The play-by-play started NBA, which is great. We're now heading to NFL season. We're going to be live for all the games. As you guys know, we're getting started. We're getting everybody into our live streams in the morning. We're going to start kicking that gear and all the marketing. We'll get thousands of people in here hanging out with us. So I'm freaking excited about that. If you're in here right now, throw the dice in the chat. Good morning to everybody as we dive into the Baltimore Ravens. I got my coffee here, as I always do. My mug today it's Happy Wife, Happy Life. So my mug right here says Happy Life. You know, everybody knows that's a struggle. If you're married, it's a struggle. I don't care how good of a father you are, how good of a husband you are. It's a freaking struggle, right? Like everybody that's in the live stream right now, if you're married, you know that it is difficult every freaking day, especially if you've got kids, young kids running around, crying in the background. It's difficult, right? But that's why we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to make this fun this morning as well. I got my cigar right here. You know, I'm not promoting to everyone to smoke cigars, but let me tell you something. It gives me a peace of mind. I sit out back, I smoke a cigar. I call some friends on FaceTime back home and around the rest of the world, my friends that live all over the place. We smoke cigars and hang out. And I got my shot glass, as I always do, for good measure, because just in case somebody wants to get crazy, we're going to take some shots right here. During the play-by-plays, you know we do that. And we got the wheel lined up to spin today. It's right there, just so you know. We're going to be spinning the wheel today. So if you're in here right now, hit the like button on this live stream. Leave a comment right freaking out and get ready to dive into today with the Baltimore Ravens and what they got going on. All I'm saying before we really get started, the Baltimore Ravens were a team this past year people were a little confused about, right? What's going on with Lamar Jackson? Were they going to get Odell Beckham Jr.? How that turned out, where they would go. Injuries with Lamar Jackson. We're going to dive into that right now. Realistically, the situation, what are the needs for the Baltimore Ravens to be more successful this year than they were last year? And in the polls right now, in the chat, I got it, was Lamar Jackson the real MVP, yes or no? Pick your answer right now while we're on the live stream. Don't wait till the end of the conversation. Don't wait for my interesting conversation or my little, cup of tea over here. My opinion. Don't wait for that. Pick it right now, drop it in there, because we have some fun, and some people love the Ravens, some people don't. We're diving that right now. What are the needs? What do they got to do? What does Lamar Jackson have to do this season to step up and win some freaking games, all I'm saying? And listen, thank you, Mile High. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so freaking much. And I appreciate you jumping in right now and gifted a freaking membership. Let me see who it is. Mohan. All right. We appreciate that. Gifted a membership to Mohan. Another Mason Mobster jumping on board. I cannot wait to get started and get all the people in here because it's going to be a lot of fun. But I love right now the people that are coming in the mornings hanging out with me because we're getting the show on the road. We're getting it all built up, and we're getting this studio lined up to rock and roll for you guys as we move into the season when people start jumping in here. So look, good morning to all of you. What are the needs right now for the Baltimore Ravens and Mile High? Thank you again. You've been a big part of our platform. Thank you. Drop USA flags in the chat right freaking now for Mile High. You know what I got for you, Mile High?
Smoke weed every day.
Can't forget that, right? I got that button for you. I'm not going to forget. Drop the USA chants in there. Get the American flag in the chat right now. We appreciate that. And we know that you are a big-time person with the military. We know you love the military. A lot of people do, so thank you. Let's move forward. Baltimore Ravens needs for the 2024 NFL season. Lamar Jackson's got to step up. He's got to step up again, and he's been stepping up. I mean, he was the MVP last year. We're going to go in that conversation, how you guys feel about that. And more importantly, what do they need to do this year that they haven't done before? I mean, it's kind of like they were in the position to win. There was a lot riding on Lamar Jackson. A lot riding on his arm, his legs, and everything, just like a lot of other teams. People will say we do that with a lot of teams, a lot of quarterbacks out there in the National Football League, but this MVP is a little different. We're going to dive into that now. They need receivers to step up. They got Mark Andrews we're going to dive into. Their coach, Harbaugh, we're going to dive into that too. But what they need to do is play tough defense. They got to get the ball in the right part of the field. They want to get some turnovers, some takeaways. Let Lamar Jackson jump on the field on the 40, on the opponent's side of the field, not down in the 10 and the 20, have to drive the whole length of the field. Making some big plays, some impacts and special teams will be really important this season for the Baltimore Ravens. Important for a lot of teams. But for Lamar Jackson, what he's doing with his legs and his arms, with the ability that he has to take less hits, get the ball really quick into the red zone, let your running back do his job, let the receivers do their jobs, and so they can try to make an impact right away and get ahead of teams fast. I think that's the problem. A lot of teams, they find a way to stop Lamar Jackson heading into the third quarter. Second half, they make adjustments. So I think the Ravens have to get ahead early. That's a key factor this season. Get ahead early. They need Zay Flowers. I'm going to go on that too. Another receiver to step up with Zay Flowers. Super important. They need another receiver to step up with Zay Flowers. Mark Andrews to get rocking and rolling. And that defensive center core, that defensive linebackers, and that defense line have to get to the quarterback and get pressure. They really need takeaways this year. They got to be able to step up and get the ball in the right part of the field. It's very, very important. These are some of the needs they need. But more importantly, before we go into more of that, let's move forward. Lamar Jackson, was he the real MVP? Right? A lot of people would say, obviously, right? Now, I'm not knocking Lamar Jackson. I think he's phenomenal. But what I want to talk about for a second is this. They give this decision, obviously, at the end of the season. They don't wait till after the playoffs. They don't wait till after the Super Bowl to see throughout the entire year. So this is basically the regular season MVP. And Lamar Jackson was putting up numbers. And what it stands for is the most valuable player, right? Like the most valuable player, especially to your team. Lamar Jackson is the team. Like that's the only problem with the Ravens that I see. Don't get me wrong. They have other talents on the field. Not saying that there's an in team. I'm not saying that, hey, they don't have other players that contribute. I'm not saying that before people go crazy. But when you take Lamar Jackson off the field, that team is no longer nowhere near in no way, shape, or form a team that I believe can be successful without him on the field. I think there's other teams out there. Dak Prescott goes down. I believe another quarterback can step up and play for the Cowboys. If Brock Purdy steps down, I think they can get another quarterback to step in and play for the 49ers. Maybe when you go to the Kansas City Chiefs, because the GOAT right now, Patrick Mahomes is that damn good. If he steps down, the team takes a big hit. But if you get a quarterback to step in, the Chiefs can still be successful with all their weapons that they have right now in the National Football League. So when I take a look right now at Lamar Jackson, I take a look at the Baltimore Ravens. He is the real MVP of that team. There's nobody on that team that's going to do what he's doing with his legs, with his arms, and that's why I want to bring this up for a second. This is one of the quarterbacks and one of the players, forget quarterback for a second, one of the players, one of the people in the National Football League. Let me take my glasses off for a second, fix my damn earpiece, drive me goddamn nuts here. This is one of the players right now in the National Football League that without him on your team, you are nowhere near as good and maybe not even be able to compete. I mean, last year, I don't think they really had a dynamic receiver. I mean, Zay Flowers, yeah, across the middle, we've seen a lot of plays he made. I'm like, okay. Lamar Jackson sets a lot of that with his legs, scrambles outside the pocket and gets that done. That is why he is so dynamic. We're going to go into his contract in a second. But the question is, he was in the MVP race, right? Brock Purdy was in the MVP race. We had Dak Prescott in the MVP race. Even Josh Allen was in the MVP race. There was other people that were in that conversation. In the chat right now, do you guys think anybody else would have been an MVP? Do you think anybody else was in that position to possibly actually get the MVP? There was a lot of conversation. There was even other positions. Christian McCaffrey. Sometimes we forget about that, right? Like we want to go right to the quarterbacks because they lead the offense, rightfully so. They're on the field making plays. We kind of forget sometimes there's some great running backs out there that can be MVPs or some great defensive players that can be MVPs. But what it stands for is the most valuable player. Right? Valuable. You can take out Ezekiel Elliott and put another running back in the game. You can take Christian McCaffrey, obviously an exception to the rule, a guy who balls out, a guy, it's really hard to replace Christian McCaffrey, but Christian McCaffrey does not have to touch the ball on every single play. And that's why you see these quarterbacks getting MVP most of the time, because they got to touch the ball, they got to hand it off, they got to change, they got to look at reads, got to read the safeties, got to read the linebackers, they got a lot going on. They have to change their play several times at the line of scrimmage with the cadence and things. They have routes, they got to go through the progression. That is extremely valuable to the offense, and that is exactly why, and to the team as a leader, obviously, too. But that is why they are the most valuable player, and that's why they get the MVP. In the chat right now, what you guys are saying, respond to each other, because I can't read everything right now because my eyes suck, to be completely honest. And as I get this set up, and you guys know I have this thing here, and it should be rocking and rolling on Tuesday. I got the little section here, as I've been showing you, but your first time in here, I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see. This is what I will have set up. It's almost done. They're making some connections, some changes, the lights, all that. But right here, this is where you guys will talk in the chat, and I can click on, if you haven't seen it yet, just showing you now, I can click on your message, and it will pop up right there on the screen. Your message will pop up, your picture will pop up, and everyone that's in the live stream can see your message, and we can communicate with everything there. It makes my life easier. It makes people, obviously, more engaged to have conversation back with each other and conversing back and forth. So that'll be great. But right now, all I'm saying is this. Lamar Jackson getting the MVP. A lot of people thought he was the MVP, and I think he was too. But throughout the season, there were other players that people started to say, hey, hold on a second. Moving forward, Patrick Mahomes starts stepping up again, right? As he gets through, starts hitting some more players. You look at the, postseason, and then you get into the Super Bowl, and you go, whoa, Patrick Mahomes is unbelievable, right? Like, unbelievable. He's an MVP. The MVP is given at the end of the regular season, so rightfully so. Lamar Jackson was balling out, was doing it. Left and right was doing the great things. But here's the question that I want to ask you guys. Is Lamar Jackson worth $260 million? In the chat right now, definitely hit the like button of this live stream to get more people for the Ravens, more people in the NFL interested in our live stream to jump in, because when the play-by-play start, they're all going to jump in here for the NFL season. But right now, in the chat, yes or no, do you think Lamar Jackson is worth $260 million? It's a lot of money, right? I'm just saying, throw the dice in the chat right now. Is Lamar Jackson worth $260 million? Now, here's a question. These big contracts are coming in. This is a concern for most franchises, right? Like, you're seeing people like Deshaun Watson, not even on the field, getting over $200 million, right? You're seeing a lot of players connected, making hundreds of millions of dollars. Even Baker Mayfield is like $50 million. Whatever the case may be, getting shit tons of money. A lot of people are making multi-rich. Brock Purdy, we talked about that. Only made like $900,000 last year. That's because he's on a rookie deal, which we know. But all I'm saying is this: when I'm looking at these teams, $260 million is a lot of money, one injury away, and I'm not knocking it. Look, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm not saying that he shouldn't get paid, because this is what he does, right? This is the kind of thing that Lamar Jackson does. He passes the ball, and then all of a sudden, the defense gets a lot of pressure, and then boom, this is Lamar Jackson. Like, getting out there, making plays, jumping over people, spinning from people, juking, doing what he's got to do to make plays. He becomes a running back on the field. Looks like a receiver that just caught a pass running down the sideline. And so these are the kind of things that Lamar Jackson does. Lamar Jackson gets out there, and he basically runs multiple positions. So if you look at it like that, if you take a step back and you go, hey, there's a lot of money involved here for a quarterback, right? In the National Football League, they get hurt, they're gone. But then you say, this guy's playing multiple positions. So you might as well put it like, hey, he's playing running back and quarterback on the field, and he's making plays. He's able to take you in a position. The defense gets pressure. Looks like, it's going to be a loss of 10, loss of 15. Oh, nope, Lamar Jackson scrambling. He gets out of that, turns it into a first down, or turns it into a 50-yard run. These are the things that Lamar Jackson does, which is exciting. Now, outside of being on the field and making these things happen, what Lamar Jackson does is Lamar Jackson actually sells tickets, puts butts in seats. All those Lamar Jackson jerseys, all those people going to see Ravens games, they want to see Lamar Jackson, just like they want to see Mike Vick, just like they want to see people that are breaking. Look, if Patrick Mahomes just threw for first downs and threw for touchdowns, he'll be a great quarterback. Peyton Manning, great quarterback. They're not calling him the GOAT right now. Like Tom Brady, that was the GOAT, right? That was the GOAT. I love the Sheriff. I love watching Peyton Manning, not saying that. Tom Brady was in the pocket, was a pocket passer. He made people win. He was a great player to watch. He was an excellent quarterback to watch. Why is Patrick Mahomes so dynamic? Because he's making plays with his legs just like this. Now, I'm not saying he's Lamar Jackson type athleticism, but what I'm saying is he puts butts in seats because he's exciting to watch. When you're watching the game, when you're scrolling through, you want to watch, people like Peyton Manning. You want to watch Tom Brady. But then you see, okay, hold on a second. I got to see what Lamar Jackson's doing right now. I got to see. When Mike Vick was playing, he was running around the field. I had to see what Mike Vick was doing, whether he was with the Falcons, whether he was with the Eagles, wherever he was playing football. I had to see Mike Vick getting out there in shotgun and making plays because it was exciting. It kept me glued to my seat to watch. Peyton Manning gets out there, love watching him pick apart defenses, love Tom Brady picking apart defenses. But these people, I'm just saying, they're dynamic. They play multiple positions on the field. In the chat, do you think Lamar Jackson's worth $260 million? Was he the real MVP? Do you think someone else should have got the MVP? You think it was Josh Allen? You think it was Patrick Mahomes? You think it was Dak Prescott? I mean, Brock Purdy? We can go on and on. Christian McCaffrey at the running back position. There were some other people that were in on this, is all I'm saying. And they gave it to Lamar Jackson, which, look, nobody really batted an eye when they said it. It wasn't like they gave it to Dak Prescott and they're like, no, it was really Lamar Jackson. It wasn't like that. It was like they gave it to Lamar Jackson. People were like, well, like you could say that you want your quarterback to get it, but at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson was balling, like watching him go out there and do the damn thing. So I'm just saying, but let's move on for a second. Let's dive into this right now. Ravens impact players for the 2024 NFL season. I think this is important. We got to talk about this for a second because they got players. Do they have enough? Do they have enough? Obviously, you got Zay Flowers. I like Zay Flowers stepping up, doing it. Good morning to everybody in the live stream right now. If you're just popping in here, I haven't seen you for a while. Good morning to you. Hit that like button. Put a comment in there. I miss having you guys all in here. A lot of people that were on trips are now going to start popping back into the live stream. Get ready for our morning show and play-by-plays. But right now, let's go into Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers. I got some interesting pictures here, I got to tell you. As I'm scrolling down the list and looking at all these images, they have players. They have impact players. A lot of them, I got to tell you, heavy on the offensive side of the ball. I'm looking at some pictures here right now. I like what Zay Flowers brings to the table. Toward the end of last season, I'm like, they don't really have a lot. But Zay Flowers was making plays, and I love it. But they were missing a receiver on the other side of the ball. On the other side of the scrimmage. You sitting there, you got Zay Flowers on one side. You look across, you got your X receivers, your wide receivers. I can go through a whole bunch of stuff here in detail for you guys during the season. I'm going to do that. When they go in motion, they do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to give you the breakdown as they break the huddle and line up and let you guys know what's going on. If you guys aren't too familiar, I'm going to dive you guys into the X, Y, Z's receivers, everything that's going on at the line of scrimmage. But I look at Zay Flowers. When he looks down the line of scrimmage and looks across, he obviously looks at, you got slot, you got across the other side, you go, okay, who's over there, right? The question is, who is over there? We look at other teams, you go, they got a receiver over there. When you look at the Miami Dolphins and you go, you got Tyreek Hill, well, I got Jalen Waddle, Odell Beckham Jr., they got a lot of talent. But what I know they got right now, in an interesting running back position right now, is Derrick Henry. They got a guy in Derrick Henry that's going to step up, make plays. Whether it's first downs, running through, whether it's 4th and 1, whether it's 3rd and 4, this guy likes to make plays, and he makes big-time plays. And let's not forget the stiff arms and what he brings to the table. The Ravens picked up a great running back. The question is, how much left is in the tank for Derrick Henry? Right, that's a question we got to ask. How much is in the tank? How much he got left? The durability for a running back. We know the seasons. They last sometimes 1 year, sometimes 4 years. And if they're exceptional and they got body mass and they can take the impact, they're in there for a long time. They ball out like Derrick Henry, right? I'm just saying, they do. How much left is in the tank for Derrick Henry? Because if they got him for a good couple years, this could be a good opportunity. Again, this is where you got Lamar Jackson with his ability to run the play action. They got to cover Derrick Henry in the middle. They got to make sure he's not getting the ball running at the middle of the defense. If he runs play action, goes back, then you got your receivers, and we cannot forget we cannot forget our tight end, right? We cannot forget our tight end. And people are going to go, oh, yeah, Mark Andrews. We cannot forget Mark Andrews, a guy that is dynamic, a guy that can play the tight end position like the best of them. Right now, I'm not saying he's Travis Kelce. I'm not saying he's, but similar to a George Kittle, right? A guy that can block, a guy that's a big body guy that can catch passes, coming through the tunnel, the guy's ready to go, the guy's going to ball out. The Baltimore Ravens have a tight end that they need, and I've been talking about this. You guys know I've been talking about this. This is where I believe they turned up a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. They got Lamar Jackson, they got Zay Flowers. If another receiver, and look, I got the depth chart right in front of me, just in case I even think about forgetting. I got the full depth chart of receivers right here, and I can pull it up. Rashad Bateman, and you go down to that. Look, Nelson, they got a lot of players here. I'm pulling up on my list here. They got receivers. They got weapons. The defense has to step up. They got to put them in good field position, which is important. But hold on a second. Will the Ravens win the AFC North? Right? Will the Ravens win the AFC North? Right now in the chat, yes or no. Here's the teams right here. The Ravens have the Steelers, the Browns, and the Bengals. Let me tell you something. A lot of people could look at this situation and say, I don't think that this is that tough, or I don't think, the AFC. I got to tell you, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at these teams, and I'm like, okay, this could be a situation where not that good, but it could be a situation where, whoa, this could turn into a tough conference. I mean, think about it for a second. Will the Steelers show up? It's possible. It's possible the Steelers could do some things this year. The Browns are going to show up, and then the Bengals. So I'm just saying this could turn out to be a tough conference. This could turn out to be a tough conference, tough division. Will the Ravens win the AFC North? In the chat right now, put a Y in the chat right now. If you think the Ravens will win the AFC North, drop it in the chat right now. I'm going to see what you guys think. And good morning to all you guys. I'm looking on here. Julie, good morning. Kenyatta, good morning. Tracy, Jeff Lee, Raj Pipple, Mada, Mile High. Everyone that's coming into the chat this morning. Good morning to all you guys. Let me see. Chad, how are you? As I'm going through the list, I'm trying to read everybody's name and why. If you see me squint, don't laugh. Don't listen. My eyes are shitty at best. I don't know what happened. It was like literally last year, I'm sitting there going, what the hell's going on? Why are my eyes screwing up? Maybe it's because, I don't know, I'm getting a little older or something. I don't know what the hell the situation is, but I got glasses here. I'm getting some new frames so I can take a look at that, and we know we can pull up the people's messages. But will the Ravens win the AFC North? There's a good opportunity for them to be beasts this year. There really is. They got some great talent. They got some great players, and a lot of them are coming back, and Lamar Jackson is back with some big-time money if he stays healthy. If they don't get Lamar Jackson hit, and he does play to pass, pass first, run second. If Lamar Jackson does that, they got some good opportunities. Let's call it what it is. Like, if they play that way, they got some good opportunities. That's all I'm saying. But let's move on to a quick question right here. Will Lamar Jackson lead the Ravens to the Super Bowl? That's a big question. All these teams want to know. All these teams are look, if you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, I'm just saying like it is. Jacksonville Jaguars played well last year. I like what they're trying to do. We're going to go on the Jacksonville Jaguars. If they play well, they have a chance. But more than likely, a lot of those teams, like we're just rebuilding. Seattle, we're rebuilding. The Giants, we're rebuilding. The Jets, maybe rebuilding. A lot of these teams are rebuilding. But if you're the Ravens, right? If you're one of these teams like this, we got to get back to this. Like the goal is to get back to the playoffs and get your ass to the Super Bowl. Like that's the goal right now, right? Will Lamar Jackson lead the Ravens to the Super Bowl? In the chat right now, yes or no? I love seeing the American flags in the chat too. Any given time we could drop the USA chants in the chat. We got to keep that alive, especially during our play-by-plays. We get thousands of people in there, and we had at one given time, just so you know, we had about 800 messages just for the flags out there. So I appreciate that. Drop those in the chat. And let me tell you something. Right now, it's 10:27, and we got time to spin the wheel. One lucky person is going to spin the wheel here right now. So let's give a second in the chat. Everybody drop the wheel in the chat right now. We're getting ready to do that to end our segment today. As you know what we do, we're going through every single team, breaking them down little bit by little. Obviously right now it's not that interesting in the NFL right now because we're just in the offseason, headed into the preseason, which is coming up in a few weeks. We're getting rocking for the preseason. And then we head into the regular season. Then it's going to be morning shows with guests and people in the building. You're going to love that, sitting side by side with some NFL players, some guests. And we got some fighters that want to come on the show. UFC and bare knuckle fighters want to talk about football. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to ask them some questions like, hey, who did this? And see if they can jump on there and make it happen. See if they know what they're talking about. And we have some girls that want to come on the show because they think they know more than some of the guys. So that's going to be interesting. And you guys watching back home, I'm going to have you guys call in and talk and hang out and bring you guys in live to talk about your favorite teams and players that you like. And we cannot forget, we got our sports betting apps coming into place where we get a chance to let you guys bet, and also have the opportunity to see my picks on what I'm picking for the season, and we have fantasy football. So as we get ready to move forward to that, we got a few weeks of live things going. Today, we got our new lights going to be coming in, so that's going to get all fixed up. We'll have this glare behind us. The studio is going to be expanded. We got some new cameras so you guys can see what I'm working with over here. It's going to be exciting this year for 2024. So right now, as we get started, everybody in the live stream right now, I see all the wheels. I see the footballs in there. Drop your lucky numbers in the chat right now, everybody. We haven't done it for a while. Drop your lucky numbers in the chat right now. We're going to see if we can get someone to pick the spin the wheel. This is always a good time. We love doing this. And you guys know this is part of the fun of the show is spinning the wheel. We know there's some red X's out there. I'm sorry. There's some red X's out there. It's not always that easy to win, but we do our best to give away some money live on our program. And if you did win already, there's people that need to get paid. Everybody's been paid except for people that don't have PayPal accounts. If you need to get it to your Zelle, I'm trying to make some exceptions for that. But we're going to spin the wheel right now. Everybody drop the wheel in the chat. You got your lucky numbers going in there. And drop your favorite teams in the chat right now. A lucky person is going to get selected right now to spin the wheel, which is going to be a lot of fun. So right now in the chat, drop it right now. Put the wheel in the chat. You see lucky numbers coming in right now. Put your favorite teams in there. Drop what you want. We're going to get a lucky person. It kind of randomly selects right here someone to spin. Let's see who's in here right now. See if we can randomly move this around here. I kind of do it on my mouse here too. Put a message in the chat right now. We're going to see if someone can get randomly selected right now. I'm going to put it in there as well. I'm going to drop the wheel in the chat myself. Bang. Hopefully it might pick me. Maybe it'll pick me. I can spin the wheel myself. That'll be interesting. There we go. Okay, so it's getting ready to pick somebody right now. Keep leaving messages right now. Do not forget, make sure you hit that like, but make sure you are subscribed to the platform. You're going to get selected, and a number at the bottom of the screen is going to be so people can call in. We're going to have that set up where people can call in as well. It will be connected, and you'll be able to do that too. I see people coming in right now. It's picking someone right now. I think if someone is getting selected right now. I think someone has been selected already. Okay, I'm going to drop it in the chat right now who was just randomly picked with the mouse here. Bang! Selected right there to spin the wheel is in the live stream, is in the chat right now to spin. Everybody right now, throw the money symbols in the chat right now to see what Julie does. Throw it in the chat right now. And you know when they win, we say, hey, you want to give $5 away to some lucky person? Somebody else might win money too. So let's get ready to spin the wheel. Julie, are you ready to go right now? Throw the hearts in the chat for Julie right now. Throw the hearts in the chat right now for Julie. Drop the money symbols in the chat right now for Julie. Let's see if she can make some freaking money. We'll see how that goes right now. Julie, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go, Julie? All right, she threw the dice out there, so we know she's ready to go. Okay, let's get ready to spin the wheel. Brittany, you want to spin the wheel? Do you want to spin the wheel right now? All right, let's have Brittany spin it, because I don't got to get up, right? I don't got to get up. It's kind of, we got our Vanna White. Got our Vanna White out here. Okay, so we got the wheel ready to go. You guys can see it right now. Here we go. We're getting ready to spin the wheel. Here we go. Spin it. I hope this is a good spin. Okay, it's a fast one. It's a fast one. It's a fast one. So hopefully, I'm watching right now. I'm in the top corner. We got some new changes to the studio, so I don't got to get up. We can see live what's going on. What do we got, Julie? Are we making money or are we not making money? That's what I want to find out. Are we making money or not? Hopefully, it's not a red X. I'm praying for you. Hopefully, it is something good. Okay, we got a 10. We got a 10. We got a 10. Okay, we got a 10. Just for that, okay, hold on a second. Julie, you got a 10. So listen, Julie, you also today get to give away 10. So everybody in the chat right now, put pick me in the chat if you want Julie to throw $10 over your way as well. We know we do that a lot of the times. Everybody just put pick me in the chat. Julie might throw you a $10 bill. She might throw you a $10 bill. So in the chat right now, just put pick me and you get a chance. And now's the time to do this because you know during our live stream, when we get rocking and rolling for the play-by-plays, and there's all kinds of people in here, it is so much harder to get selected. So that's why we do this right now. Everybody put pick me in the chat. Pick me in the chat. Hopefully Julie will pick you. And if she does, we will throw 10 your way. We'll throw 10 your way. All right, Joe, okay, look at that. She came into live. I feel like some people know who they're picking before they even win. Like, this is how this thing's starting to fly, right? So, okay, that's good. We got, she picked Jeff right there. Definitely send me that direct message on Instagram. Don't forget to do that on Instagram. Julie, send me a direct message. Jeff, send me a direct message right after the show. We're sending your money right out to you right away. Hopefully, we do some more things. And then we might do some double up days. We might have double up days where we do that as well, where we spin the wheel and it doubles up the cost. So whatever that is, whatever the giveaway is going to be, we are going to have double up days. So if you hit 100, it's 200. If it's 10, it's 20. Obviously, you guys can count the rest. And then we got free passes. And remember, if you get a free pass, if you get a free spin and you hit free spin again, you get a free Xbox or PlayStation. And we also have a free one that's going out. So in the chat right now, you guys in the chat right now, put Xbox or PlayStation, because if you win, we do actually have a free giveaway that's going out. It will come to your email. A lucky person will open your email and it will say, you want a free Xbox. in the chat right now. Put Xbox or PlayStation. So if you win, we know exactly what to send you to your house. So put in there in the chat, Xbox, PlayStation. Do not forget to do that. And we're going to have these days coming up. Just saying, stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun as we start our marketing back in our hometown even. We're going to start doing some billboards. Before you know it, you're going to sign in here. You're going to see hundreds of people on our live stream in the mornings and obviously thousands during our play-by-plays. I hope all of you guys have a great freaking Friday. If you won today, send me a direct message. And remember this, when I sign off, this is what I need you guys to do. Everybody in the live stream right now, this is what I need you to do. Do not forget this. When I sign off right now, I need you to give it like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then go out and come back in. Let the video reload to YouTube. Leave a message on that. I need you guys to drop some messages on there, not onto this sidebar. It'll be below the video. You'll reload. It'll be below the video. I need everybody that's in here to drop a bunch of messages in there. Leave a couple messages if you can, so we can boost that up for YouTube to share this algorithm out to people watching the morning show. You will see, I promise you, as you guys know that have been here, this turns into a shit ton of people. There's been thousands of people that come in here. We're going to start doing that. So when I sign off right now, just give it like 15 seconds. See the exit screen? Let it go away and then refresh YouTube. Come back in. You will not comment on the side. You'll comment below the video. Everyone in here, I see all you guys in here. I want to see everybody in here. Just leave a quick message on there. 1 or 2 messages, boom, 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 on this video. So right now I'm getting ready to sign off. Throw the dice in the chat. I greatly appreciate every one of you guys. I got some awesome gifts going to you guys in the live stream right now. I can't do that when there's thousands of people, but I could do it right now. So I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys have an excellent rest of your Friday. Remember, leave a freaking message on this video after it uploads to YouTube. I want to see everybody in here. Leave a quick message. I appreciate you. You guys mean a lot to me. It would not be great without you guys. You guys make this great. You guys make this possible. I will see you guys Monday morning. In the morning, 9:55. Get ready to go. We're getting closer and closer to NFL season. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys soon. Take a look at your emails. Leave a message after this uploads. I will see you guys soon. Until next time, be safe.